Dear students, welcome to the class of fluid mechanics. In today's lecture, we will discuss about different types of instrument for measuring the fluid pressure. A device called barometer is used to measure the atmospheric pressure. A barometer is a glass tube open at one end and filled with mercury. When this tube is inverted into the trough, which is also filled with mercury, some mercury from the tube is transferred to the trough and an empty space will form at the top of the tube as shown in this figure. This empty space will be occupied by mercury vapor. According to hydrostatic law, the pressure at the level of free surface of trough mercury will be same at every point either inside the tube or outside the tube. Now writing this statement into the equation, we will get P ATM is equal to rho m GH plus PV. P ATM is the atmospheric pressure exerting on the free surface of mercury. Rho m is the mass density of mercury, and PV is the vapor pressure of mercury exerting on the mercury inside the tube. The vapor pressure of mercury is negligible, so PV can be neglected in this equation. Under normal condition, the value of H at sea level is found to be 76 cm. But when we use water instead of this mercury, we will get the pressure head H as 10.3 meter. When we put the value of rho m, G and H, we get the value of atmospheric pressure as 1.01325 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. The atmospheric pressure can also be written as in terms of pressure head, that is 76 cm of mercury or 10.3 meter of water. This value suggests that to measure one atmospheric pressure, the length of a barometer instrument must be at least 76 cm when it is filled with mercury. But when we use water instead of mercury, the length of the barometer should be at least 10.3 meters, which is too much and it will become very difficult to carry. This is the reason why mercury is used in barometers. There are numerous numbers of devices to measure the fluid pressure. In this chapter, we will discuss about some of them. The simplest instrument for measuring the liquid pressure is piezometer tube. The piezometer is a simple glass tube which is connected to the point where the pressure is to be measured. The vertical height of the free surface, which is known as pressure head, can be easily seen in the piezometer. From the observed pressure head, the corresponding pressure is calculated from the equation P is equal to rho GH. Piezometers can only be used to measure liquid pressure because in the case of gas, the free surface is not formed. A simple piezometer is not suitable for measuring high pressure due to its limited tube length. To overcome this limitation, a U-tube manometer can be used. A U-tube manometer is partially filled with suitable liquid which is called manometric fluid. When one end of the manometer is connected to the point where pressure is to be measured and the other end is open to the atmosphere, then a label difference is made between the top surface of the manometric fluid. The direction of movement of the manometric fluid depends on the pressure which is being measured. When the pressure is greater than the atmospheric pressure, that is gauge pressure, then the movement of the manometric fluid as shown in this figure. And in case of vacuum pressure, the position of manometric fluid be like this. The pressure at 2 points P and Q in the horizontal plane must be equal due to the continuity of the same fluid within the region. Now writing the fundamental equation of hydrostatics for point P and Q and equating it, we get the pressure at point 1. Similarly, for the case of gauge pressure, the pressure can easily be found by solving the equation of hydrostatic for points P and Q. To measure the low pressure with high precision, an inclined manometer is used. The equation of hydrostatic equilibrium at O dash can be written as mentioned here. It is noted that always take the vertical distance of the fluid column while writing the hydrostatic equation. From this expression, the pressure can be found. If theta is small, a considerable magnification of the movement of the meniscus may be achieved. Angle less than 5 degree are not usually satisfactory because it becomes difficult to determine the exact position of the meniscus. To measure high pressure, a vertical single column manometer is used. This type of manometer consists a reservoir in one side. Initially, when both the limbs are open to the atmosphere that is not connected with the pipe, then the level of the manometric fluid will be same in both the limbs, which is depicted in this figure as line XX. And when the reservoir side limb is connected to the point where pressure is to be measured, then due to that pressure, the manometric fluid in reservoir shifts downward and equal volume of the manometric fluid in the right limb moves upward as shown in this figure. And the new level of the manometric fluid in reservoir will be YY. A relationship can be established between the area of reservoir and the area of the limb. Now writing the manometric equation for the level YY for both the limbs. By equating both this pressure and solving, we will get the value of PA, that is pressure at point A. For measuring the difference of pressure between any 2 points in a pipeline or in 2 pipes or containers, a differential manometer is employed. In general, a differential manometer consists of a bent glass tube, the two ends of which are connected to each of the gauge point between which the pressure is required to be measured. The axis of each containing tube at A and B should be perpendicular to the direction of flow. Applying the principle of hydrostatics at P and Q, we may get the pressure difference between point 1 and 2. To measure the small pressure difference, inverted U-tube differential manometer is used. The manometric fluid used in this type of manometer is lighter than the working fluids, so that the height difference in two limbs can be enhanced. For the configuration as shown in this figure, the hydrostatic equation is written and the pressure difference between point A and B can be calculated. To measure a very small pressure difference, micromanometer is used. An additional gauge liquid is used in this type of U-tube micromanometer. When the micromanometer is connected to the pipe, the manometric fluid shifts. Accordingly, the equation of hydrostatic is written and the pressure difference between the 2 points is measured. Apart from these pressure measuring devices, mechanical gauges are also used to measure the fluid pressure. You might have seen the mechanical gauges at the bicycle or bike service center to measure the air pressure in tube. It was all about the pressure measuring devices. We will continue this chapter with another topic in the next lecture. Thank you.